homeless, you kind of lose hope. It's real easy to lose hope. And if you lose your own personal hope, then it's really hard to accept help from anybody.
How I became homeless is I was 13 and it was a really bad experience for me. My grandfather molested my little sister and CPS took us away, my older sister, me, and my little sister Samantha.
I lost my job because of the economy and I couldn't pay the rent and so I had to move out.
I was locked up at an early age when I was like 16, 17, and maybe up to like 3 or 4 years ago, you know. So I mean, I've been in and out for years. And when it's hard to break that cycle, when you come out, especially people that are, you know, they're using, they're on drugs, they can't get back to that place where they used to be.
I grew up in a broken home.
Up by church.
I grew up fast, I grew up hard.
Up by church.
I grew up in a drug-related environment.
Well, I was just aging out of foster care, and there's this program called Independent Living Skills, and they help you, they pay for a place for you.
Yeah.
And so they had found a place for me and were paying half the rent, and I just wasn't really ready for it.
Finally, I came to the point to where I didn't want to live my life like that anymore, so I choose to be on the streets because I don't want to pollute the environment. I ride a bike, I don't want to pollute the environment no more, and I just don't want to cause anybody any pain or grief.
My mom won't let me come back home. She would, but my stepdad's there. My stepfather is a rapist. He took advantage of me from the time I was 10 years old until I was 16. So for 6 years, you know, I had to endure it.
And at the time I moved out, I was clean, sober at the time. And then when I moved out, I decided that, you know, I'm going to use drugs again because it's very depressing being homeless, and that's what I did.
I had a drug addiction problem for a number of years.
Mm-hmm.
And so leaving the area where I grew up and traveling, I don't know, maybe it was like a way to get away from that.
Not all of us are homeless because we choose to be. I didn't choose to be, you know, lose my job, have my car repossessed, and be charged for child support, you know? Unfortunately, that crap happened to me because I lost my job.
Here's my thing. I have accepted this lifestyle. I've accepted where I'm at 59. There's no way I'm ever going to get a full-time job. You know, even if somebody hired me, I'm physically just, my part-time job's about all I can handle. And I have anxiety, you know, attacks galore. So I feel this is it. This is my lifestyle. I'll work part-time as long as I can. And then hopefully get Social Security in a few years. And I'm fine with this. I've accepted it, but it seems like our society cannot accept this, and it's so frustrating. Let's see, I was working in Silicon Valley. I was making a lot of money. And then I just decided this is ridiculous to commute 2 hours a day. So I quit my job, and then I started getting littler jobs here that didn't pay as much. And so I downsized quite a bit to a studio. And then eventually my daughter gave me a van. She had an old van that someone had given her, and she got a better car. So I took the van and I ended up sleeping in the van. And that was nice for a while, except when it's almost easier to camp in Santa Cruz than it is to live in your car.
Could you explain to us why?
Camping, you can go hide in the woods, and we have woods everywhere, you know, and you can hide. But if you have a vehicle, especially a vehicle like the one I have now, it's impossible. If the cops don't harass you, the neighbors harass you, or your fellow campers harass you. I have the dog, and the dog barks. I feel much safer with the dog, but on the other hand, he also brings attention. Sometimes I'm like, be quiet, there's somebody outside. Yeah. He's like, you know, he's like, please be quiet. And so I'm a member of many groups, trying to have somebody listen to me, that many of us are okay with what we're doing. It's not ideal, and if I had the money, I'd definitely move into an apartment. And it just was frustrating that no one would listen, because their expectations of what is the answer isn't a homeless person's expectation. And I speak out because I think I'm going to be representing more and more people like myself. The baby boomers, you know, I just think there's going to be more people in my situation. Maybe if you thought of me as your own mom or your own grandma, and just respect me as a human being. I'm a very active grandma. I'm close with my daughters, and you know, I just pretend like it's your mom. You know, and would you really turn your nose up to your mom, or say something cruel, or give them a dirty look because I'm in this goofy truck? Most people like my truck. I have to say, I get more compliments than I do, you know, dirty looks. But just give people a chance and talk to them. Get to know people.
You don't have privacy when you sleep. You don't have privacy when you eat. You don't have privacy when you go to the bathroom. It's such an important part of life, and you don't have that.
Is this your stuff here? Do you have
This is my house.
Yeah,
right here.
that's it.
Yeah, this is my house.
Yeah.
This has maybe 4 or 5 changes of clothes.
We try to have fun at the same time while we're homeless to keep our spirits up, because there's times I get so depressed because I'm saying to myself, this is not the life I want for my daughter.
So I'd have to get up at 5 in the morning, make sure everybody was showered, had breakfast, and leave there at like 6:30 to make sure that they got to school on time on the east side, 2.5 hour walk away to make sure that they get to school on time.
Pretty much we get up in the morning, come in here, then we have breakfast here at 8 o'clock. And we take turns. I go in first, or she'll go in first, and somebody watches the bikes. Then we're here till about 7 o'clock. And at 7 o'clock we go to the park, we set up our tent, and we sleep till sunrise.
I wash my clothes maybe once every 3 days, and has my blanket in here, so I go camp out. When I wake up in the morning, I eat and shower and get out and get the day started. And usually my day is putting out applications and just, you know, being patient and believing.
I don't really have that much of a structured day. I shower, and I eat breakfast, and then
Here.
then I just kind of go down toward the beach, see my friends down there. It's not a productive life. I'm kind of depressed with it, but it's what I do.
This is the life I want for my family. And it's so sad that when we go to certain agencies, they turn us away. And all we're asking is for help. And people, they just need to sit there and offer the help. If they see somebody in need, don't sit there and shun them away. Offer the help.
You feel like you are disposable. And that's why so many people sometimes, especially younger ones, the younger ones, and then some of the older ones who've been at it for a really long time, are a little bit more abrasive. And they are a little bit more like willing to get in your face, because it's like, hello, guess what? I am the trash that's been here under your feet that you keep walking on for so freaking long.
When they go to court, they tell me, and I keep their stuff while they go to court. And when they get out, and it's a real good time sometimes, you know. But I encourage them to go, and even if they go to jail, and keep in touch with them, and then they come afterwards. Like if you see me, sometimes people just around me, it's because they're staying sober, they got to go back to court. So they come hang around me. We have Kool-Aid, Cokes, and we cupcakes. It's like, I put out pallets, and people sleep instead of get loaded. Instead of, they're trying to be okay. It's hard it's hard for people to not be okay out here because it's scary.
We need people to come out to where we are and take a sheet of paper and ask us what we need, and then they can come back the following week and give us what we need. And then that way you can help each individual on an individual basis, which gets you to learn them, know them, and that helps them to feel more excited about their life, to where they actually feel that somebody cares, because when you feel that somebody cares, you do more for yourself. You're not so alone. Santa Cruz has always been something you see on TV. Yeah, come here, it'll be great. Not for my kind. Not for homeless. I'm not trying to depend on them. I push this. Been pushing it for 26 years. How we have to carry our life. This is where we wash. This is our wash bag with all our washing stuff. This is my clothing. This is her clothing. This is clothing people drop off that we can have extra clothing so we can change our clothes and not be, we're not dirty. See, that's what people think, okay? And we don't make our messes because we can't, because wherever we lay down, they know we're there. So when we get up, we make sure it looks like we were never there. It's not hard to put trash in the garbage. Everybody comes to the homelessness and gets comfortable in the homelessness because something has traumatized them so badly of something that they loved and needed and depended on and let them down. We want to be respected too. There's no reason why we shouldn't be respected. I put on my pajamas, I sleep between sheets, and I have cush, and I have a kitchen, and I have my radio, and I have my friends, and I have learned how to be free.
We're not all bad people. We just are in a bad situation. That's all it is. And it happens to people sometimes.
How do you get treated by people in Santa Cruz? By
Badly,
house
like
people?
we're trash.
Oh, wow.
They will look at us like we are nothing, that we are just an illness, a disease.
I would get hassled all the time by people, like, get out of my town, or, you know, get a job, you know, you could do better, you know, things like that. Especially by cops. Cops were actually the worst, more than people.
They do not understand the intense stress you deal with every single day.
Oh, well, sure. When I pick up cans, I get two reactions. One of the reactions is a real negative one. You're on private property, I need you to leave now, and they'll say something really mean, you know, just to get me to leave. Or the person's really nice, and sometimes they'll hand me money, or they'll come up to me and say, thank you very much, because your help saving the planet, or whatever.
Well, some people treat me nice, some people don't treat me nice.
When you're asking, you know, people for other money, it's really hard, because, you know, some people, I've had this happen, some asshole came up to me and socked me in my face because I was asking for money, you know, and it gets gnarly out there, you know.
You get harassed several times a day, not just from police, but from other people. They comment on things. They tell you right to your face, go away, get a job. The constant reminder that you're undesired, you're unwanted.
The worst part of it is the stigma that comes with carrying stuff around with you. Just having any kind of luggage with you dictates that you're probably injured. And I am. It was embarrassing for a while, and I just realized that I really did put a good effort into not being here.
A lot of these places, especially here in the downtown area, like if they know that you're homeless, they will not hire you. No matter how much they say, oh, they're trying to help the homeless people get back on their feet.
The newspapers are calling us crisis because our population has rose. The thing is these people that have jobs and are in a house don't realize that they are one paycheck away from where we are.
Yep.
And I've said this numerous times. They are one paycheck away from where we are. And once that happens to them, those that were bad to us, when they get here, at least I know this family, at least this family will not look down on them. Not like they did us. We will help them, you know, show them where to go, what to do, how to take care of themselves.
Yeah.
Other families, yeah, I can't speak for everybody else. This family, on the other hand, I know we will help when we can. We do that as it is. I mean, we've taken in how many people until they've gotten out?
So this experience here has really been a powerful experience in understanding, or really kind of getting my head around the fact that we are all the same. We're all human, and what we need more than anything is love. And so it's like issues around homelessness and how to solve the problem and all of that comes from kind of ignoring, not looking, shaming, or keeping people at a 10-foot pole, you know, because they're scary, dirty, homeless people, you know. Seeing straight people as people, realizing they have stories behind, they have reasons for why they are doing what they're doing. We don't have closed doors to be behind. I'm in public all the time. I have to cry in public. I have to do everything in public. I never have hardly ever a moment to myself. I feel like we're like that mirror to society. And sometimes I just see it so clearly. I'll see a lady walking down the street, and she looks gorgeous. She's got her hair coiffed, and her face is made up beautifully, and all her clothes are expensive and nice, and maybe some Botox or whatever it is. She is trying so hard to be young, beautiful, perfect, and I'm literally mirroring back her worst fear. You know, we're mirroring back everything she's trying not to be, which is, you know, homeless people are without security, or without what we've lost. Well, not necessarily, but we definitely look like, and a lot of us are, without any material supports. The body is exposed to a lot of hardships and ages more quickly. Some people lose their minds or have lost their minds and are here. And that is everybody's worst fear. And everyone's fighting so hard to not be us. You know what I mean? And so it's like that mirror that we reflect is what they're rejecting. It's not necessarily us in particular. It's that worst fear. And so honestly, some people on the streets, when you got nothing to lose. You know, you also can get to a really high plane in some ways, because you can see past a lot of those day-to-day fears that everyone's dancing around and trying to avoid.
Some of us have substance abuse problems, some of us have mental health issues, some of us have sleep disorders. Just don't look down on us and realize what we're going through. We're going through a lot more than what you think.
I think there would be less homeless people if there was more community.
Yeah.
I think that people aren't helping each other out, and they're all making, like, we're all individuals. We have our individual lives, but like, we all live on this planet, and if we helped each other out, it wouldn't be like this.
Try to go out of your way to get to know who the homeless people are before you make a judgment on them. You even come down here and get to know who we are, just meet us and talk to us. We're human beings just like you are, with the same type of struggles.
You know, just because we're homeless, don't think that we don't have dreams too. We're just like you. We do have dreams. We do want to better our lives more than you can have.
It's not a matter of perfection, it's a matter of the fact that we keep trying. It's like, just because you have more money than me doesn't make you better than me, it makes you fortunate.
I understand that you would like to see a better solution, but I'm not the problem. And I think if you look deeper, you will see that there are variations of problems. It's not just one thing. It's a lot of different things, and there needs to be a lot of different solutions. There's no such thing as a blanket solution.
This really could be you. I never dreamed. When I was a young mom, 3 kids, successful husband, owned our own home and cars and all that, vacations. Never dreamed at 55-ish that I would be first just flat out homeless, nothing, no job, no income whatsoever.
All people are the same. I mean, we all come from the same place. We go to the same place. I mean, everybody, we could just be here now, let's just be here and care.
Because whether I have a home or don't have a home, you should not know me as any different or treat me as any different. I understand how human beings feel when they think they're disposable, because no one human life is worth any more than anyone else's.